עשו לי מקדש ושכנתי בתוכם, ואנחנו נברך מעתה ועד עולם. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to be here together with you as we get ready to start Shabbat, as we mark the end of the week and the beginning of our holy day of rest. In addition to celebrating Shabbat as usual, we also get to mark and celebrate the bar mitzvah this Shabbat of Jared Dilian, who's going to lead us tonight and is going to be called to the Torah for the first time tomorrow. And Shabbat begins with the lighting of candles. The flames mark the difference, mark the end of the week and the beginning of Shabbat. And we invite Jared and his family to join us up on the bima to light the Shabbat candles. Please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. May you be seated. Jared, just stay with us up here on the bima. The opening prayers of Shabbat on Friday are called Kabbalat Shabbat. It's a collection of psalms and songs put in the Siddur by the mystics of Tzfat. We begin on page 11 in the Siddurim, the smaller of the two books. That's the prayer book. And we turn to page 11. Let us go and sing to God. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, we greet God as we raise our voices in song. The top of the page, Lechuner Anana.
Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Ladonai. Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Ladonai. Nadia, Nadia, Litzor Yishenu Nekad Mafana Betzoda. Nadia, Nadia, Litzor Yishenu Bizmirot Nadia Lo. Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Ladonai. Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Ladonai.
Turn to page 14. The heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice. The sea and its fullness roar. The meadows and all that grows in them exult. Even the trees of the forest sing praise to God. In the middle of the page, Yismechu Hashamayim.
ישמחו השמיים,
השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים,
השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלוא. יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלוא. ישמחו השמיים,
השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים,
השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ.
Turn to page 20, the final 3 lines of the page at the red arrow, Romamu.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו.
Turn to page 23 as we welcome the Shabbat Kala, the Shabbat bride, with the words of Lecha Dodi. The tradition in this prayer is that Jared will lead us in the first 2 stanzas and the refrain. And then when we turn to the final stanza, Boi v'shalom, come in peace, the tradition is to rise in our places and to face the door of the room. Page 23, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmiyanu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shem u'letiferet v'litzila la 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 lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi makor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof maaseh b'machashava techil la 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 lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, la 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 la, lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala.
May be seated. Yashakach to Jared for getting us started. Let's turn to page 27, a song for the day of Shabbat. It's good to thank you, O God, to sing to your name, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. At the top of the page, Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat.
Yai la 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 la, yai la la la, yai la 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 la, la 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 la, yai la la la, yai la 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 la, yai la la, yai la la, yai la 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 la. La 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 shir leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha ba'aleilot alei asor va'alei navel alei higayon v'chinor mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Tzadik tamar yifrach keherez balvanon yizke shetulim bevet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yirvu mesevad shenim v'rananim yehiu lehagid ki ashar Adonai tzuri velo havlatabo.
Age 29.
Adonai malaki ulavesh, lavesh, Adonai ozi tazar, afti konti belbal timot. Mikolot mayim rabim, adirim ishvereyam, adir bamarom Adonai, erotecha nemnu milvetcha navakodesh, Adonai leorech yamim.
Every Friday night, we have a tradition of sharing words of bracha, of blessing in our homes, with our children, with our family members, the ancient words of Berkat Kohanim, the priestly blessing. Here at Temple Israel, we include this blessing as part of the service, and we share those words with the people around us, our fellow community members. I invite everyone to please rise, and feel free to go over to the person next to you. If you're comfortable, put your arms around them as we join together the words of the priestly blessing.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. We join together. Ken yehi ratzon.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face turn to you, and may God be gracious unto you.
Isa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon.
God's face shine unto you, and may God grant you shalom, grant you peace. Ken yehi ratzon. May be seated. We turn to our prayer for healing, the Mishaberach prayer, as we think of the people in our lives in need of physical and spiritual well-being this Shabbat. If you'd like to include someone in this prayer, I invite you to rise and to share their names when I come to you. Let kol hacholim and all those who are ill be joined together a prayer for healing.
Yishaberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Yishaberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 29, and I invite those in mourning or marking a yard site to rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalmad divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevorach leolam olamei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'rihu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. You may be seated. Good Shabbos, everyone. So an article caught my attention on the New York Times website a couple of days ago, and I forget what the title was, but basically the gist of the article was a very familiar theme, or a well-trod-on theme about younger people blaming baby boomers for everything that's wrong with the world. Has anyone heard of this trend? Sorry, baby boomers. Apologize if you're in that demographic. You'll come out better by the end of this. But it was a very interesting article to read, but particularly as someone who's a millennial child of baby boomers, it's fun to blame my parents' generation for most things that are wrong. But I was thinking about that article, looking at the Torah portion that we're going to read tomorrow morning, Parshat Noach. Because what's the word for generation? You all know it. It's a very familiar word. What's the word for generation? Dor, right. Jared's got it. We often like to say lidor vador, from generation to generation. So the word is dor for generation, plural is dorot. And it's an important word that we use often in Jewish tradition. It also appears in the very first pasuk, the very first verse of the Torah reading tomorrow. Tomorrow we read the story of Noah and the ark. 10 generations after the creation of the world, God decides to start over again with Noah to wipe out the world with the flood, and to save Noah and the animals in the ark. And we're introduced to Noah right off the bat, right at the beginning of the parsha, when it says, Ele toldot Noach, this is the line, or this is the story of Noah. Noach ish tzadik, Noah was a righteous man, tamim haya bidorotav. He was blameless, bidorotav, in his generation, or in his age. Again, that word dor. And the rabbis of the Talmud love to pick up on little details of the text. Why doesn't the text just say he was a good man? Why doesn't it say he was righteous? Why does it have to specify he was good in his dor? He was good in his generation. And they give two possible readings in a classic debate on the text. Either Noah was truly a tzaddik, truly a righteous person. Anytime he would have lived, he would have been considered a good, upright person. Option 1. Or option 2. Noah was good by the standards of the generation that he lived in. He was a good person compared to the people around him, but if he had lived at a different time and was the same person, he wouldn't have been all that special. Which one do you think is the higher praise? Number 1 or number 2? Think 1? Okay. Why do you think 1? Okay, all right. That seems like a safe choice over there. The question is actually never resolved in the Talmud and the texts that discuss it. But again, reminded me, this pasuk, this verse, in this little debate, I used to teach to our 6th graders a week ago. We have a class on Sunday mornings about Torah study where we look at the weekly Torah portion. And we looked at this text and we looked at the debate. And I asked them to think about what it means to be a member of their generation, which is younger than myself and younger than my own, and how they would talk about their generation. And it was kind of sad to hear that 3 students in a row, when they raised their hands to talk, all said that they were disappointed in their generation. They felt there were a lot of problems with people who were of their age experiencing the same things. A lot of them blamed it on technology, which was really perceptive, but just interesting to see. It was also really very sad that they didn't think very highly of themselves in comparison to others. I wanted to assure them that they had a lot going for them, even though if they had not thought so highly of themselves. And so I looked up the different generations, all of the people we might encounter, all of the people probably represented in this room, and thought about what are the general strengths and weaknesses of people born at different times, and these are generalizations, stereotypes, the way that they are thought of, or the typical qualities that they have. And these will probably be familiar. The silent generation who was born between 1928 and 1945 are thought of as loyal, disciplined, humble, community-minded, and value stability. But on the other hand, their perceived weaknesses are they are often resistant to change, they're private, and they suppress their emotions. The next group, those baby boomers who get dumped on a lot. 1946 to 1964, optimistic, idealistic, community builders, led major movements. On the other hand, overconfident, slow to adapt, and tied to hierarchy. Followed by Generation X, 1965 to 1980, independent, practical, adaptable, and realistic. Also, skeptical, detached, and distrust institutions. And my group, millennials, purpose-driven, collaborative, inclusive, globally connected. On the other hand, impatient, entitled, wary of institutions. Generation Z, passionate about justice, authentic, diverse, and tech-savvy. Also, overwhelmed by information, anxious, and distrustful of systems. And finally, Generation Alpha, the kids that I was talking to. Curious, creative, emotionally aware, and empathetic. On the other hand, overly reliant on screens and may lack resilience. Again, very broad stereotypes, but the positive and the negative. You're all thinking about yourselves if you fall into those categories. Which one is your spirit generation? Which one you wish you were in? But I love thinking about it in that regard because there's something positive about each one of those generations that the other ones don't share. And it helps me go back to how we think about Noah. I think that we would have a hard time saying that anybody is entirely perfect, objectively righteous, good wherever they're going to be good all the time. But I think that Noah possibly teaches us a good way to look at ourselves and different times that we live in and the way that we relate to people of different ages, and also to understand his story. That perhaps the challenge is not to be totally perfect, to be totally righteous all the time, but to live in whatever time you happen to be in, and to take both the best and the worst of that time and to use them, to develop the skills to develop the tendencies that come with the social circumstances that shape you, and to use them to the best of your ability and to be aware of those little gaps, those little traits that are missing that perhaps other generations have. Looking forward to showing that list to the kids in my 6th grade class and hoping that they can come up with some better answers or some stronger answers about what they have to offer to the world, because each of us does, in our own age and our own time, like Noah, have something to give the world. Shabbat Shalom. Continue with Mariv, the evening service, beginning with the Baruch Hu on page 39. Please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yalalai, 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 yalalai,
May be seated. Blessed are you, Lord our God, creator of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from before the light.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdir ben yom umevi laila, Adonai tzevaot shemo el chai v'kayam, tamid imloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, amari v'aravi.
Amen. Page 40.
Ahavat olam Yisrael chafet Torah v'zolin. Yehem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvehem nege yomam v'layla ve'avatcha tasim mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha ve'shinatam lemanecha ve'dibarta bam ve'shivtecha ve'techa uvelechtecha vaderech uve'shochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
Continue on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang this song to you, Micha Mocha Ba'alim Adonai, top of page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם. Let's join together. מיכה מוחה מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלף. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, נורא תהילות, אוסף מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלף. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל.
Amen. Allow us, God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us again to life. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow, and remove the evil forces that surround us. Blessed are you who spreads a canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Ve'ha'amidenu malkeinu lechaim, lechaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, shlomecha. When I lay down at night, when I rest my head, oh God, watch over me. And when the morning comes, we thank Adonai and pray for peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu vo'inu lechaim u'leshalom me'ata ve'ad olam, ufros alinu sukat shalomecha, baruch ata Adonai haporei sukat shalom alin v'chol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Page 46, please rise.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש,
ושמרו בני ישראל
את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויבר ויתרומם ויתנשא, יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא אמרו אמן.
Spend the next few moments in silent prayer with the words of the Amidah, beginning on page 47.
You may be seated when you've completed your Amidah. So I think one of the best Jewish songs ever written may have been Somewhere Over the Rainbow, written by Irving Berlin, the son of a cantor, I think in 1939, when there were many clouds and didn't seem like rainbows would be there for the Jewish people. And he wrote this song, and it nods to this parsha, Parshat Noach. Noah and his family were asked to build an ark and to go because the whole world was going to be destroyed except for the animals 2 by 2 on that ark. And after the whole storm was over, there was a dove and a rainbow, and God promised he would never again destroy the world because there's always something good. And so this song really teaches us that no matter how stormy life becomes, it's never all bad. There's always a rainbow. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Join me. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Continue on page 54 with Kaddish Shalem.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
בעלמא דברה חירותי ומנכמחותי בחיי חונה ומכונה בחיי תורו בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך. לעולם ולעולם עולמיה. יתברך. יתברך וישבח ויבר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויצלח ויצלח שמי קודשה בריחו. לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צלתנו ובאותנו תוכל ישראל קודם אבונו וישמעי ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רב מן שמעי וחמלין ולכל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. Amen.
Please rise for the Kiddush. Jared's going to lead us on page 55. I want to invite any kids to join me up front if you'd like to come on up for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai. Sorry. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila Lemikraye Kodesh זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. L'chaim.
Thank you, Jared. We continue with Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושבים קרוב בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכינו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. הכתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
May be seated. We turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. This week we observe the yortzites of Danielle Rosenzweig-Ray, Francis Fries, Hyman Posner, Simon Green, Straya Hubara, Annette Seitlin, Edith Weber, Elliot Sanderson, Evelyn Cohen, Haskell Human, Julia Sundheimer, Harry Rockman, Rada Iris Gerber, Rebecca Kaplan, Sarah Cohen, Sarah Rosenthal, Arthur Reichard, Ben Jaffa Sr., Florence Bedrick, Michael Fisher, Ray Raymond, Ruth Wallens, Louis Farber, Ada Harris Levy, Chanya Candless, Isaac Reutman, Maurice Rogovan, Minnie Mazursky, Tesla Fuchs, Samuel Newman, Alvin Miller, Benjamin Gitlin, Clara Goldstein, Jean Fogel, Marilyn Swimmer, Max Hoffman, Morris Isikoff, Rebecca Roth, Rivka Hubara, Shana Geta Harris, Aaron Lieberman, Brian Binder, Isaac Berkman, Joyce Haber, Leo Grosswald, Leonard Maddens, Louis Barman, Maris Mandel, Stella Shapiro, Abraham Schaefer, Betty Kaufman, David Heskins, George Gould, Sylvia Fratkin, Albert Jacobson, Blanche Shefflin, Joseph Lasac, Marion Sands, Ronnie Walter Abramovitz, Stanley Allen Gertzman, and Tema Silver. We also are in the period of mourning of Shloshim of 30 days following the passing of Sylvia Swartz and Bonnie Joy Farb. Page 58, I invite those in mourning or marking a yortzeit to rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish. Yitgadal, v'yitkadash, shemei rabbah, v'yalma divera kirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon, v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimru, amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lameo maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudshah b'richu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechem ata, Damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May be seated. Representing the Temple Israel Board of Trustees, I call on Robert Wallenstein. Shalom.
Better get my eyes on here. My name's Robert. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. Mazel tov, and welcome to the Dillion family on Jared's bar mitzvah. We look forward to celebrating with you tomorrow evening. Shabbat Yeladim will be held this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. in the chapel. The special Child Center Shabbat service for kindergarten through 5th grade, led by Caleb Seidler, includes songs, stories, and hands-on activities to bring the joy of Shabbat to life. Families are encouraged to attend. Join Rabbi Woke for a new Torah study series, Pizza and Parasha, on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. in the chapel. Enjoy pizza, community, lively discussion on the weekly Torah portion. All are welcome. Come hungry to our learning experience. Join us for New. Why? Jewish Thought and Philosophy with Dr. Martin Schuster, a four-part series exploring the big questions on Jewish philosophy, meanings, ethics, and identity. Sessions meet Wednesday at 7 o'clock at Temple Israel. All are welcome to learn, question, and discuss together. On Thursday, December 18th at 7:30 p.m., join us for the Charlotte Symphony Orchestra's Festival of Lights, a Hanukkah concert at the Night Theater, presented in this collaboration with the Charlotte Jewish community. This uplifting evening will feature our own cantor, Lissig, along with other guest artists, a child's choir, and a joyful Hanukkah sing-along. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope everyone can go. And also thank you to Stephen and Debbie Moore for co-sponsoring this week's Kiddush in celebration of their anniversary, and the Notmacher family for co-sponsoring in honor of Noah's baby naming ceremony. Mazel tov to both families. A big thank you to our men's club for taking down the sukkah this week. We appreciate your hard work and dedication to our temple community. And lastly, a heartfelt thank you to all of our auxiliary groups for hosting such wonderful sukkah events this year. Your creativity, warmth, and dedication help make the holiday meaningful and joyful for our entire Temple Israel community. We're so grateful that you do all this for us. Shabbat Shalom, and have a great day tomorrow.
Thank you, Robert. Shalom. Let's turn back to page 5 as we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat with the words of Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem Malachi Asharet Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Aleichem Malachi Asharet Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu ay 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 boachem Shalom Malachi HaShalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Malachi HaShalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Malachi HaShalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu ay 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 tzidchem Shalom Malachi HaShalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Mazel time.